So other things you can be getting on with in your greenhouse today while it's raining is potting on your melope. They are absolutely huge. So obviously squeeze them from the bottom and you can just gently tease them out of their tray. And we've got a few doubles here. We've got 2 doubles here, so I'm just going to separate them and then give them their own cells. I've got a 15 cell tray, and as always you just want to make sure you divide them so they each keep a sizable amount of compost around their roots. There we go. And then you can pop them up into their individual cells. A little bit of compost all around. There we go. And once they've filled these 15 cell trays, they will then be ready to go out in the garden. There we go. Just hold them carefully by the leaf. There we go. So give them a little bang, settle the compost. So all we need to do now is just give them a little watering in. Pop these back on the shelf now to carry on growing. And then over here I've got some plants that I potted on earlier. So these are the late winter started agrostemma, and you can see how much they've grown and moved in to their new space. So they will need hardening off. We'll get planting next week with the lovely weather. So these can then be hardened off, and I've got some space. And over here we've got the pot stocks. These are the colour change pot stocks. So this light green colour means that these are all doubles. I've got a whole tray of doubles. The cut flower varieties, they don't change colour, they stay green. That's not how you select them for doubleness. There's more information on my website. And also, if you wanted to sow another round for a succession of stocks, now's the time to do it, because if you wait until it's too warm, they won't do as well, and also you won't be able to select the pot stocks out for doubleness because they need cold to change colour. For more information on sowing, growing and selecting stocks, just visit the stocks page on my website. So first job of the day is to rearrange my hardening off area. These plants, these are the ranunculus, they can go to a more exposed location now because they will be going out in the ground in the next couple of days. And the plan is that I want to get anything from the greenhouse that's still in there from a late winter starting. All the autumn jump starters should be out by now. Anything from a late winter starting, I'm going to start hardening those off, and then we can just get on with doing some more planting. Created a nice clear area here for the ranunculus to move to. All my urgent plants for planting out in the garden are over here. I should leave plenty of room for things like the snapdragons, which are doing really well. Also the melope and the agrostemma. You'll remember the melope. I've only just done that, and already it's settled into its new home, looking fabulous. Last night the zinnias had a giant leap, and they were out in the greenhouse with no fleece or heated mats on. I've switched them off. We might have to go back on again if we get a cold snap, but for the time being they don't need it, and they're looking fantastic. All right, we just had a major tidying up of the greenhouse. You can see the cold frames over there are now full. We won't tuck them under because they've already been hardened off. They're just sitting there in a sheltered spot. And then all we've got left in the greenhouse now are the more tender seedlings and anything that needs potting on, because obviously they're going to take up more space. So I've got plenty of space available now. this is all clear now. Look at that, in a day we got those cleared. Those were mostly the snapdragons and a few larkspur. They're all gone. That means I've now got room for the melope, the agrostemma and the stocks, although I still do have a little bit of potting on to do there. But as soon as I've finished the major planting, I'll get back to the greenhouse jobs. My greenhouse is looking very tidy, and I'm not sure I can remember having this much space. However, I will start using up the shelves again once we get into our stride with potting on. At these, so most of them will go in the ground, but some I will put in pots. So Jo is just weeding the bed before we put the ranunculus in here. Hasn't she done a fantastic job? It looks absolutely beautiful. I've just come up to get some plant food, and the first of the tulips are still hanging on in there. Look at that. Beautiful. They're great, aren't they? I'm sure they're multiplying. They've been here 10 years and we plant dahlias in these beds, so we just shuffle the bulbs about and up they come again. Absolutely incredible. These are brown sugar. They're also being extremely perennial, and they are scented as well. I love them. So handy when you haven't got to buy new. I must stop getting distracted. I'm supposed to be bringing the plant food down. They'll wonder where I've gone. So I am just placing them before I plant them, just to make sure that I've got everything in the right order. And here we are. The ranunculus are all planted out in the garden. I've got a few ranunculus left for my pots, because I do like pots, and I've given them a little bit of a seaweed tonic when I watered them in, just to give them a kick start, because the slow release fertilizer won't be available to the plants straight away. So this will get them jump started into growth. There we go. Neil has finished the fence behind my plant nursery. The nursery is looking a little depleted now, which means I can harden off some more plants in the greenhouse tomorrow. 24 hours later, they're standing bolt upright. So that's a very good sign that they're very, very happy indeed. And because we've hardened them off beforehand, this breeze won't affect them one jot.